Bonjour everyone, I'm your humble French tarot reader Marine, and today we're going to be doing your May 2025 tarot reading, the energies of the month, the potential challenges and blessings, what to focus your energy on this month so that you can have the best month of May possible. Before we dive into it, I have a little bit of a disclaimer as this is the first video I'm filming since I got very sick and I caught the chikungunya, which is a mosquito illness. And as you might have seen, I've been very quiet both on this channel and on my other channel, The Waves of Your Soul, because I've been going through it physically, health-wise. So I wanted to do a little bit of a disclaimer as my voice might be a little bit more subdued than usual as I'm still not feeling the best. I will also have to do things a little bit differently for this reading, and I will have to pull cards off camera. Normally, if you watch my videos, I always pull the cards in front of you guys, but my hands are still super painful because, again, this illness targets articulation, so it's very painful still for me to shuffle decks, hold things, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna have to do stuff a bit differently. I'm gonna have to shuffle cards off camera, but I really wanted to not miss a month. I've made a promise to myself to do a monthly reading every single month. I really wanted to show up for you guys, so we're gonna make it happen. It's just gonna be a little bit different than usual, but you know what, I'm gonna do my best. I want to show up for you guys. I want to make sure that you have your monthly reading, so I just wanted to do a little bit of a heads up concerning that, and I wanted to say a huge thank you for everyone who sent some well wishes and some support. I really appreciate it, and like I said, I'm not 100% better yet, but I'm getting there. Reading the cards always makes my heart full, so I'm happy I'm able to do that for you today. So for today's reading, as you can see, I chose 3 different decks. All you need to do is intuitively choose the pile that is calling out to you the most, as this is where your reading will be. In the description box, you're gonna find timestamps that can take you straight to your reading. You will also find down there the names of the decks I'm using today. You will find a link to my other channel, The Waves of Your Soul, where I share with you my passion for the cards. And of course, if this reading resonates, if it brings you anything of value, I encourage you to like, comment, subscribe. Those are all free ways to support my work, and it really makes a huge difference. For my pile number 1, I have a super cute food and animal tarot, which is called, guess what? Food and Animal Tarot. This is what it looks like. It is adorable. It focuses on pastries and cute little animals, and it's just a joy. And of course, May being Taurus season, I had to have a little food theme deck here, so this is my choice for pile number 1. If this particular deck is calling out to you at this moment in time, then your message could be in this particular pile. For my pile number 2, Lost Fairy Tarot. This time, this is a pixel-inspired deck, very cute again, very like video game inspired with cute little fairies. So if this particular imagery is calling out to you at this moment in time, imagery is resonating with you at this moment in time, then your message could be in pile number 2. Finally, for my pile number 3, we have one of my favorite decks. This is the Dreams Within Dreams Tarot. And again, very different vibes from the other two. This one is a little bit more fantasy inspired. It's absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, one of my favorite decks of last year. So if this particular imagery or vibe is calling out to you at this moment in time, then your message could be in pile number 3. If you need a bit more time to choose the pile calling out to you, I encourage you to take some deep breaths. You can unclench your jaws, you can relax your shoulders, and come back to your body. Of course, you're welcome to pause the video if you need a little bit more time. And for those of you who are ready, I will see you in your reading starting now. Okay, my pile number 1, welcome to your reading. If you chose this particular deck, which was the Food and Animal Tarot, then this is gonna be the reading for you. As I said in my intro today, I had to pre-pull my cards as my articulations in my hands and fingers are still super painful. So this is why everything is laid out, doing things a little bit differently today. But without further ado, let's get started for the month of May for my pile number 1. So we're gonna start with your oracle cards. I've not yet looked at anything. We're going to discover the cards together. So for the month of May, your oracle cards are Connection, and we have Abundance. Okay, so these are some of the themes for the month of May. Lovely. And then I will also check out this card, which represents your god, goddess, or guardian for the month. So with these three, we'll get a little bit of an idea of what are the themes of the month of May. For my pile number 1, let's see your guardian. Ooh, we have Apollo, which is linked to divine messages. Apollo, Greek god of the sun, of the arts. Beautiful. Okay. And of course, also linked to the Oracle of Delphi. So for my pile number 1, the themes: connection, abundance, and we have the presence of Apollo. I really see this month as being a bright, sunny month for my pile number 1, definitely in the sense of energy. We have a big emphasis on your interpersonal relationship with connection. You could feel called to spend more time with people, with your loved ones, maybe feeling called to be surrounded by people, meeting new people, trying to reach out, joining groups, joining classes, joining certain activities where you can meet new people. I would not be surprised if my pile number 1 is potentially branching out and expanding their social circles. I would not be surprised if you guys are meeting new friends. You're having gatherings, maybe some of you have their birthdays, or you have certain like family reunion celebrations. There could be a weekend where you meet up with a group of friends. I see you being surrounded, and I see like, long tables with a lot of people, family reunions, friends reunions, things like that. There could be, like I said, some holidays, some weddings, some celebrations where you are surrounded and where there's a sense of community and of love surrounding you. So beautiful energy already for the month of May. I see you feeling called to, like I said, expand your social circles. I would not be surprised if some of you are joining classes, joining communities, groups where you can meet new people. If some of you are looking for a romantic partner, I could see you going on dates, meeting new people that way. There's definitely with connection an idea of wanting to branch out, of expanding, spending time with loved ones, friends, with family, with romantic partners, but also around with your community, but also meeting new people, expanding your friend group, and finding a sense of belonging through your interpersonal relationships. There could be a sense of finding also like-minded people, so potentially joining a book club, potentially joining a certain gym class, finding people who like to do the same things as you would be important for my pile number 1. I would not be surprised if you guys have been thinking of joining a class, joining an activity group, something where you share a passion with those people. Like I said, like you're joining a yoga class, you're joining a book club, you are joining a group that goes hiking at the weekend, people who go and do bike tours or who are into motorbikes. I don't know, I'm just giving a random example, but I see you finding like-minded people as well who share a common passion. That could be something that you've been thinking about, and in the month of May, you could finally take the steps to do that, my pile number 1. Okay, we also have abundance and divine messages, so a great month career-wise, finance-wise as well for my pile number 1. If for those of you who've been looking for jobs, I see month of May being a good month for that. There could be some green lights, some good news in terms of any interviews you've done or any kind of jobs you've applied. Those of you who are waiting for a loan, waiting for an answer regarding some finances, maybe you're waiting for an allowance of some form, check in some form or another. That's there's some good news in the finance side, and in the career side, I'm hearing from my pile number 1, especially with Apollo here. He is the god of the sun, he shines bright, and he often can be linked to this feeling of success, of being in the light. So I'm also hearing, this is quite specific, but if any of you guys have at work a project where you have to do public speaking, you have to be in the public eye more, you have to be in the center stage, take a leading position or something like that, it's gonna go really well, and there's definitely some rewards and some accolades coming to you guys. So we love that. Great month so far. Definitely a big emphasis on finding like-minded people, spending time with your loved ones. Some good news in terms of career or finances. With Apollo and this idea of divine messages, there is a big emphasis also on paying attention to your intuition in the month of May, my pile number 1. There are some downloads, some messages that your guides are trying to impart to you, and in the month of May you could feel a lot more aligned and a lot more in tune with those messages than usual. So I'm hearing pay attention to your dreams in the month of May, pay attention to synchronicities and signs, things that you think are potentially random or feel like a coincidence might not be, right? When Apollo comes into our reading, he always wants us to pay attention to synchronicities, signs, dreams, as it shows that our intuition is very, very strong at this moment in time and that we need to pay attention to those messages from the universe. So heed that call, my pile number one. Do not dismiss your gut instinct. Do not dismiss those little like light bulb moments. They are important in the month of May. Okay, let's continue. So I have now these two cards are going to represent a potential challenge for the month of May, potential challenge, potential lesson. So let's have a look. We have the Star and we have the Page of Swords. Okay, and look how cute this deck is. It's adorable. There's a couple of things coming through for my pile number ones. First up, I'm hearing don't overdo it this month. There's an invitation to still take time for healing, for self-care, for rest. When the Star comes in a challenge way, it's indicating that we need to pay attention to our well-being. We need to pay attention to our health. We need to make sure that we're taking good care of ourselves, that we're sleeping well, eating well, that we're drinking our water, all of the things, that we're prioritizing our inner peace, that we are taking care of our mental health, our spiritual well-being, our physical well-being, all of that. So potentially, because there's a lot of exciting things happening, I'm hearing specifically around interpersonal relationships. Like I said, I would not be surprised if there's like fun meetings with friends, if there's like weekends where you can do fun stuff together, maybe celebrations, birthdays, weddings, but whatever it may be. I'm seeing in the month of May a fun social calendar for my pile number one, and I'm seeing you in work having to take more of a leading position, being more in the light. That could lead to you spending more energy than usual, my pile number one. And so in turn, the challenge becomes for you to make sure that you're not overspending your energy, that you are taking care of yourself, and that you are prioritizing your well-being and not burning your candle at both ends. Okay, so that's the challenge for you guys this month. Make sure you prioritize your wellness, make sure you take care for yourself, even if there might be a lot happening, social gatherings, fun times, a lot happening at work. Make sure to take care of you, as it's important, right? Health is the most important. So the Page of Swords as a challenge. It's interesting. I'm hearing that potentially my pile number one is going to struggle finishing projects this month, okay? And so I'm an Aries, so I understand this struggle very well. Sometimes it's easier to start things than to finish them. Like I said, as an Aries, I know that struggle is very real. And in the month of May, for my pile number one, there could be an incline to start a lot of things, start a lot of projects. I'm going to give a very small example. For example, you guys are into crafts and you start a lot of different craft projects, but you're really struggling to finishing one. That's the vibe, right? Or you start a lot of books, but you don't finish one. This is going to be a challenge for my pile number one, to sit down and focus and channel your energy long enough to actually get through to the end of something. You could feel called to start a ton of different things. You could feel called to be a bit of a social butterfly, be a bit of an activity butterfly. You know, I go a little bit here, I go a little bit there, I do a little bit that, I do a little bit this. But there could be a struggle for my pile number one this month to actually finish projects, finish things, see things to the end. And I hear that for you guys, for the answer to get the energy enough to finish a project, whatever that may be, whether it's a book, whether it's a project at work, whether it's a craft project, like I said, whether it's a personal challenge or personal goal you've given and you can't quite manage to get to the end of that. The goal for you to make it easier for you to reach the end is going to be by taking care of your health, taking care of yourself, sleeping well, stretching, eating well, all of those things about the Star card representing making sure you're taking care of yourself. So those are the challenges for my pile number one. It's going to be around making sure you're prioritizing your well-being and making sure to potentially have to force yourself a little bit to finish certain project, a certain goal or something, as you might feel more called to start a lot of different things rather than actually seeing something till the end, right? I'm also hearing for some of you it's school projects, or it's related to something with classes or something where you have a project and you're really struggling to get to the finish line. This, in order to help you get to the finish line, tap into self-care, rest, healing, and all of that. Okay, let's move on to potential blessings of the month. Okay, let's see. We have the King of Wands and we have the Two of Swords with the gorgeous Eiffel Tower in the background. Beautiful. Okay, with the King of Wands and the Two of Swords in terms of blessings and opportunities, again, I really see my pile number one as being more in the light this month, right? With the King of Wands, with Apollo, abundance. I don't know, obviously, it's a general reading. I don't know the kind of jobs you guys do or the kind of studies you do, but I see you being in a leadership position this month. So maybe some of you are training some people, maybe some of you are having to do public speaking, or maybe you're leading a project or something. Maybe in your family life, you are having to lead, right? To be in charge of something. Maybe you're planning the holidays, you have to make decisions. Maybe in your friendship group, you are planning something, and so you are having to be more in the light. I definitely see you at work being more in the light, being more vocal, and having to take the lead. If you are working for yourself, it could be a month where you have to be more vocal on social media, or you have to network with people to talk about your business and be more, in the light again, being more of a spokesperson for yourself, things like that. So I really see the month of May giving the opportunity for my pile number one of shining bright, shining your light, being your leader, taking the lead, success at public speaking, success at presenting yourself well. There's a charisma around you. There's an aura, right? I told you Apollo is the god of the sun. So in the month of May, one, you're shining bright in all areas. You're shining bright. You're taking the lead. You are taking decisions, and people are listening to you. There's definitely a charisma, an aura, and this is a sign of success here. Remember, we had abundance. Definitely a great sign if you guys are having to be more in the light, if you have to be more in the center stage, if you have to take a leadership position, if you have to take decisions, if you have to show the way, if you have to sell something or sell your company or your services, if you have to teach, if you have to speak up. So this could be around this idea of connection where you guys are being more, taking charge more in your personal relationships, where you are, like I said, planning things, organizing things. Also, I'm hearing for those of you, again, who are dating, who are looking for a partner, things like that, this is you shining bright. This is you being seen, right? Opportunity and blessings here are you being seen, you shining bright, you are giving off this warm aura, and people are really attracted to that and listening to you and paying attention to what you're doing, my pile number one. So we love that. I really see success here for my pile number one, specifically around work-wise. So you'll have to tell me if you guys are working on a specific project this month, or if there's something you guys are working on that where the deadline could be around either May or even beginning of June. But if that's the case, there's definitely some good news there for my pile number one. Blessings. We also have you guys feeling more confident in your choices, more sure of yourself. In the month of May, you don't give time for doubt, my pile number one. Potentially, up until this point, you were feeling a little bit unsure as to what you wanted to do this year. Maybe you were taking a day at a time. Maybe there were some external circumstances that made it difficult for you to plan ahead for the rest of the year. You might have faced some challenges and things that made it difficult to see further than like month to month or week to week. In the month of May, I see you finally being able to look ahead, my pile number one, and to plan. So it could be the month where you guys are planning the holidays for the rest of the year. It could be that you guys are making plans for next year even. It could be that you guys are finally able to set some goals for yourself for the next couple of years. There's an idea of you being able to look ahead. I'm gonna give an example. Let's say some of you are studying right now. Maybe you're finally able to make a plan long term for like the kind of jobs you're gonna apply for, the kind of industry you want to work in, things like that, right? So it's an idea of you finally being able to make a decision for your future. And I'm hearing this plan, it could go from the next 6 months to the next 5 years even for some of you. So in the month of May, there's also a sense of finally being able to make a decision and to act and to move forward around a project, around a plan for your future. And again, this allowing you to look ahead a little bit more. It could be finally being able to make a decision about where you want to live, the city you want to live in, or the kind of life you want to live. You could be hearing some news about work and you're finally able to relax because you know, okay, my contract is going to be pushed forward for another 3 years. So I can breathe now because I know I'm going to be employed for the next 3 years. Things like that. You know, there's an idea of, in the month of May, being able to make plans for a little bit long term, and that bringing also a sense of relief there for my panel one, which we love. Okay, let's continue. Here we are gonna have a look at next what to focus on this month, what you're invited to focus your energy, your time, your money, your intention. What are you invited to focus on, my panel one, in the month of May? Let's see. we have Page of Pentacles and Six of Wands. I told you success. There's definitely success, rewards, achievements, and good news in the specifically I'm hearing it's related to work and career for you guys. So if you are self-employed, it could be a great month for you. You're reaching a certain sale goal, or you are managing to reach a certain achievement in your business. If you guys are working for someone else, you could be given opportunities to lead a certain project. There's a sense of nurturing, a sense of success, and a sense of abundance for my pile number one. We've talked about it since the beginning. Remember, you have Apollo, the god of the sun. Is all about shining bright, shining his light, being in the light, being charismatic, being successful. That's the energy of the month for you guys. Remember, your challenge is make sure you are going through to the end of the project. And if you do, if you get through the end, if you actually push yourself to finish that project, finish that challenge, finish that goal, whatever it is, see it to the finish line, there is success on the end of it. I really see the month of May as having great potential for achieving something really exciting for my pile number one, regardless of what it is, this particular projects you guys have or this goal, there is potential for you to succeed if you push yourself to actually get to the finish line, because we have the Page of Pentacles indicating that it's all gonna be about showing up every single day, right? So what to focus on, nurturing a sense of success through showing up every day, doing one step at a time. I'm hearing Rome was not built in a day, and I really feel like my pile number one is at this moment in time you have a project, something, a goal that you guys are working on, and you can see almost the finish line. Again, I told you it's either May or June for some of you, so let's say for some of you it's like studies, you have an exam or something like that you're working towards. There's potential for success as long as you show up every day, do a little bit of studies every single day, right? Again, it's about taking small steps at a time rather than trying to cram everything in at the last weekend. Trying to take one little step at a time will make sure that you get to the finish and that you'll succeed. So the main advice for my pile number one for the month of May: potential for great time with others, potential for abundance and success, specifically career and studies, as long as you show up every single day and that you're not afraid to take a certain leadership position, to be more in the light, as long as you guys make sure that you're taking good care of yourself and that you're committing to see things through the end. And instead of starting a million different things, that you actually commit to one thing and see it through, as this particular thing could lead to a lot of success and a lot of abundance for my pile number one. So love that so much. This is the vibe I see for you guys. We're gonna wrap it up with your animal guide for the month and a little self-care card. So let's see what is the animal guide for my pile number one. We have the shark and we have instinct, right? Remember, I told you Apollo is all about paying attention to your intuition, and with the shark here we have this idea again of paying attention to your intuition, to your gut feelings, making sure you're heeding the call of your soul, making sure you're paying attention to your dreams, to those little like gut feelings you're getting. Let's wrap it up with a little self-care message for you guys. Let's see what you have. We have gather, feeling scattered, take inventory of your thoughts and feelings, see them all in one place, notice any pattern or connection. Again, for me, this is an invitation to you guys paying attention to messages, instincts, gut feelings. This month, in the month of May, your instinct will not lead you astray, your intuition will not lead you astray. There's signs, there's synchronicities that you're invited to pay attention to, my pile number one. There's connections, there's patterns, and you're invited to connect the dots. And I think you will. Because I really see at the end of this month you succeeding at something, and it comes from your ability to trust in yourself, right? Trust in yourself and trust in your guides, trust in your higher self. And I really see you at the end of the month with a sense of pride at what you will have achieved, my pile number one. So I love that so much for you guys. I hope it resonated, and I hope this message brought you something of value. If it did, I invite you to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet joined. Those are all free ways to support my work, and it really makes a huge difference. So thank you so much for those of you who take the time to do that. Thank you for your presence and for your patience whilst I'm slowly but surely trying to get a little bit more healthy. Until my next video, I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number two, welcome to your reading. If you chose this particular deck, which was the Lost Fairy Tarot, then this is going to be the reading for you. As I mentioned in the intro today, I had to pre-pull the cards as my hands are still really painful. I'm struggling to shuffle properly. I've not yet looked at the cards. We're going to discover them together. And we're going to start with your oracle card. So let's start from my pile number 2. In terms of the energies of the month of May for you guys, what are the energies? What are the vibes? Let's check out your oracle cards first. Let's see what you have. You have Discover. Beautiful. The next one is Freedom. Okay, gorgeous. Okay, and the next card is gonna be your god, guardian, goddess, spirit energy of the month who is accompanying you, and then I'll tell you what I see. So let's check out your guardian for the month first. Ooh, we have Oshun, linked to sweet success. Oshun, an African goddess. She's a powerful goddess to work with, so she is your guardian for the month. I love that. Okay, so for my pile number 2, the vibes, we have Oshun, we have Freedom, and we have Discover. First off, I would not be surprised if my pile number 2 is feeling called to travel this month. You guys might have some plans for a road trip, a little weekend away, traveling somewhere new, a new city, even a new country maybe. I see you expanding your horizons, my pile number 2, so maybe you have a holiday plan or something, like I said, a weekend away. I'm hearing cruise, I'm hearing road trip, I'm hearing camping trip, things like that. I'm hearing like city break, things where you're discovering new things, exploring new places, expanding your horizons, right? Discovery and freedom, we really have this idea of exploring new places, discovering new places, discovering new cultures, traveling and being able to enjoy new horizons, new landscapes, new food, new cultures, new languages, meeting new people, and enjoying a sense of freedom through expanding your horizons, through traveling, through discovering new places, and through you embracing your adventurous and wanderer side. So really would not be surprised if we have some travel plans for the month of May for my pile number 2, or if it's not like traveling, there's still a desire for you to discover new things and to broaden your horizon. That's definitely a big theme for my pile number 2 in the month of May. So it could be that you feel called to eat different foods, try new restaurants. It could be that you feel called to read books from a genre that you normally don't really read. You want to broaden your horizons. You might be feeling called to watch movies or listen to music that are very different from your usual taste. Some of you could be feeling called to take a class to learn something completely new, potentially learning a new language or potentially learning a new craft. You know, there's a really here the desire I see from my pile number 2 to expand your horizons, to learn new things, to discover new cultures, new tastes, new insights, new wisdoms, and there's a hunger I feel from my pile number 2 to see what's out there, to broaden your horizons and to tap into your wanderer side, your curious side, and to open your mind to new things, new experiences. And like I said, it could manifest in tons of different ways, from traveling to trying new restaurants to learning new things to meeting new people. There's really a hunger for, like I said, broadening your horizons and opening your mind and being curious about enjoying what's out there. For my pile number 2, you know, I don't know if this is gonna resonate with a lot of people, but I sense that for some of you, you had to be, a little bit alone for a while. It's giving hermit vibes, and maybe you had to be a bit locked in, so maybe you have had to work a lot recently, you've not had any holiday, and finally in the month of May you get your time off, so you're fully ready to enjoy it because you've been head down working hard, and now finally you're able to have fun, explore, go out there and enjoy. Maybe you've been sick and you've had to lie inside a lot and be at home a lot, and you haven't been able to go out there and explore. Finally in the month of May you feel better, you're able to, go outside and do fun things. I'm seeing like hermit vibes, and I'm seeing my pile number 2 finally able to come out of that and enjoy a sense of freedom and a sense of liberation of coming out of your cave, right? Metaphorical cave. So yeah, let me know if you guys have, I see some of you guys have, maybe you've been sick and you've been locked at home for a bit, or maybe you've had to work a lot recently, you didn't get any time off or something, but there's a sense of like, finally, for my pile number 2, I'm hearing finally I'm able to go and do fun things. Finally, I'm able to go and enjoy myself. Finally, I'm able to go on a little adventure, exploring, discovering new things, enjoying what life has to offer. We also have Oshun. So Oshun comes with a specific message here I'm hearing, because Oshun is linked to a sense of abundance. She's a Yoruba goddess from the Nigerian people, and she represents a sense of fertility, abundance, the mother creator, who is able to nourish, to create, to nurture, right? It's giving very much Empress energy with Oshun. She is linked to success and abundance. So for those of you guys who are specifically, I'm hearing at work, if you've been here waiting to hear about a promotion, that there could be some good news there, opportunities for you to make more money. Okay, so it could be at work, you're getting a bit more money, you're getting maybe, you know, let's say you're in sales, you are reaching a certain level, and you are potentially getting a bit of cash from your company as a thank you, being the employee of the month, for example. For those of you who are self-employed, I'm hearing you are invited to raise your prices. Some of you are not charging enough for your prices. You are underselling yourself. You are invited here to review your prices, and you could charge more, I'm hearing, for your services, for your products. For those of you who are self-employed, this is a month where you might have a look and realize you are underselling yourself. And so you're deciding to revalue things, to check out your prices, and realizing you could charge more and still people would be attracted to you, your prices, your services, because what you have to offer is valuable. Okay, I'm hearing that from my pile number 2. So there's more money coming in terms of whether you're working for yourself or working for someone else. And finally, super random, but I'm hearing some of you are sitting on money. So what I mean by that is that some of you have been thinking about selling something that you don't use anymore at home, and you could be surprised by making a bit more money than you think. Like, I don't know, let's say some of you have some clothes at home you don't wear anymore, you want to sell them online, or I'm going to give the example, like you have a tarot deck you don't use anymore, for example, you've been thinking about selling, you're sitting on some money at home, my pile number 2, that in the month of May you could finally feel the call to, you know what, I'm going to put this online, I'm going to put it on Vinted or Facebook Marketplace or something, I'm going to see if someone is interested, and you could be surprised at making a bit more money than you thought. Okay, there's definitely here in terms of finances some good news for my pile number 2, and we love that. Okay, let's continue. These 2 cards are going to be potential challenges, potential obstacle of the month. Let's have a look. We have 4 of Swords and we have the Hermit. Wait, there is the Hermit. I was picking up Hermit vibes, and there she is. Okay, I told you guys, I have a feeling that potentially recent months or recent weeks, you've been in your cocoon, in your metaphorical little cave, whether you had to work a lot, whether you've been sick, you've not been able to do anything, whether you had some, like, I don't know, family obligations, whatever it may be, where you were not able to do things that you wanted. You had to be in that metaphorical caves of a hermit. You had to put your head down, focus on certain things, and you didn't have the energy or the opportunity to go out there, explore, go on a little adventure, go on a little trip, and explore new things and have fun. I really feel that. And again, you can tell me in the comments if that resonates, but I sense the last few weeks or months for my pile number 2, you had to focus down and not had the chance to enjoy a sense of freedom, and you've been craving that freedom. In the month of May, you're finally getting that opportunity to leave your metaphorical little cave, but that can be scary, okay? When you've been in a time of survival, when you've been in a time of either you had to work a lot, or you, like I said, you were sick and you weren't able to do anything, or you had some family obligations and you've had to really, focus on something and you didn't get any chance to have fun, go out there, explore, do fun things. Finally, when things seems to calm down, it can be hard to trust it. It can be hard to be like, are you sure? Finally, I'm able to open the door. Can I? Are you sure? Or is this too good to be true almost, right? This is what these 2 cards are giving me. Potential challenge is going to be to actually leave that metaphorical cave you've been in, my pile number 2, to go out there and explore and embrace the freedom and go and explore new horizons and new things and get outside of your comfort zone. So that could be one of the challenges. If you've been in your cocoon for a while, it could feel scary to feel to leave your comfort zone, and yet If you leave your comfort zone this month, my pile number 2, there's huge opportunities for fun things, exploration, adventure, joy, a sense of success, abundance, a sense of fulfillment from going out there, exploring new things, everything we've talked about, that stands on the other side of your comfort zone. So that's going to be one of the biggest challenge for my pile number 2 this month, leaving your comfort zone behind, which can be scary, which can be uncomfortable, especially when we've had to be in that comfort zone for a while. And for some of you, I really feel that even if you wanted to leave your comfort zone before, you could not. And so now in the month of May, things are changing, but sometimes it's hard to trust that. So there could be a little bit of a fear there that you're going to have to walk through. With the Four of Swords, it's interesting. It's giving the same energy as my pile number 1 in the sense of there's an encouragement here to still take care of yourself, take care of your body, take care of your mental health, nurture yourself, sleep well, eat well, stretch, go for your little walks. All of those things that we know we need to do, but sometimes we're so caught up in life, we put it on the side. I had the same warning for my pile number 1. So I don't know, maybe in the month of May, there's a lot of energy in terms of certain planetary alignments and things. I haven't really looked at the astrology this month, but there could be a lot of energy, a lot of fire. I'll have to look. You are invited, my pile number 2, to still dedicate time for rest, for self-care, for making sure that you are doing the things that nurture your body, your mind, your soul, okay? As well as an invitation to leave your comfort zone behind, even though it's scary, even though it feels a little bit overwhelming, especially if you've been in that metaphorical cave and cocoon for a while. It's time to leave that cocoon and see what's out there and enjoy what life has to offer, okay? So that could be, like I said, pushing yourself to join that new class, pushing yourself to join that group, pushing yourself to go on a city trip by yourself because you want to go traveling and it's your first time traveling on your own. Whatever it is, there's going to be an invitation here to leave your comfort zone behind, my pile number 2, okay? Let's continue with potential blessings for the month. So let's see, what do we have? We have the Hanged One and we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, see, I told you. Talk about leaving the cocoon and talk about a feeling of success and abundance. Yeah. For my pile number 2, with the Nine of Cups and the Hanged Man, well, when the Nine of Cups comes, in terms of blessings, it's beautiful blessing because it indicates a sense of emotional fulfillment, a sense of joy. So again, if you guys have been feeling like life has been a little bit stale recently, whether you had to work a lot and you had no time for fun and play, whether you potentially have been going through a rough time family-wise, health-wise, interpersonal relationship-wise, if there's been some exhausting things happening, if there's been some drama, whatever it may be, and you've been feeling like either a little bit like the energy has been stale, or the other energy I'm picking up on is some of you might be feeling a little bit exhausted, drained, and like life has not been very fun lately. In the month of May, there's definitely opportunity for more joy, for more abundance in sense of emotional fulfillment, feeling content, feeling joyful, seeing light, seeing the silver lining, and being able to fill your cups to the brim, even overflowing, right? So this is a great month for my pile number 2 to do things that you love, to enjoy yourself, to have fun, right? So this is a month where you're invited to treat yourself, to enjoy yourself, to nurture yourself, to cherish yourself, do all the things that you love. You're gonna have opportunities for that. You're gonna have opportunities to, like I was saying, take yourself on a fun trip. You're gonna have the opportunity to carve a lot of time in your months for doing activities and things that you love. This is a month where you're invited to have extra cream with your latte, to get the extra guacamole with your burrito, to spend a little bit longer in your bath, enjoying yourself, treating yourself, doing things that you love. This is really a great month for that. Beautiful Venusian energy, huge Taurus energy at the end of the day. So we could have some Tauruses and some Libras in my pile number 2. I would not be surprised. Maybe it's your birthday season and you feel really cool to treat yourself, to enjoy yourself, to, very much pamper yourself. this is the month for that, okay? This is the month where you're not invited to restrain and strive and be very harsh on yourself. No. This is a month where you're invited to indulge and treat yourself and relax and pamper yourself and cherish yourself by whatever means necessary, through whatever ways you can, whatever you like to do, to pour into your own cup and to feel joyful and happy, okay? So we love that. I love that so much for you guys. Very much Venusian energy. So like I said, I would not be surprised if we have Tauruses or Libras, Sun, Moon, or Rising in my pile number 2. With the Hangman in terms of energy, we also have a shift here. Remember, I told you, you're leaving your comfort zone, and there's a shift of perspective of like, okay, I've been in a cocoon, I've been in my little cave, by choice or not. There's really an invitation here for a shift in terms of perspective and in terms of attitude, where my pile number 2 is truly encouraged to leave their comfort zone behind, to leave their cocoon, to leave their metaphorical cave, whether you were in that cave by choice or not. May is the time where you're invited to change that, where you really know with the Hangman, we're seeing things differently. There's a shift, a change of perspective, and you are now being pushed out into the world to go explore, to go discover, to regain a sense of freedom, and to go outside your comfort zone and see what life has to offer, my pile number 2, okay? So beautiful opportunities and blessings await you on the other side of your comfort zone, on the other side of the garden wall. You're encouraged to, like Bilbo, step outside and go on an adventure, okay? So that is the advice and the biggest opportunity for my pile number 2 for the month of May. Okay, I love that. Okay, let's continue here with what to focus on. So this is what you're invited to focus your energy, your time, your intention in the month of May. What are you invited to focus on? My pile number 2, and I messed my cards up. It's okay. Let's see. We have the Chariot and the Queen of Cups. Exactly. It's time to go. My pile number 2. It's not the month for questioning. It's not the month for doubting. It's not the month for overthinking. It's not the month for introspection. It's not the month for quiet introspection. It is the month to go out there, see what's on the other side of that metaphorical garden wall, and again, like Bilbo, going on an adventure. You're invited to be courageous this month. You're invited to tap into your wildfire spirit. You're invited to tap into your adventurous spirit. You're invited to try new things. You're invited to meet new people. You're invited to be bold. You're invited to go for things. You're invited to really dare to reach out, right? Like this little kid wanting to go and swing further and further and further to try and reach the sky. This is your invitation for the month of May, my pile number 2. Trying to reach the sky, going for things, leaving your comfort zone, and going full force towards excitement, towards more joy, more fulfillment. We also have, in terms of what to focus on, what to focus your energy, with the Queen of Cups, an invitation again to nurture your well-being, emotional well-being. So we're going back to this Nine of Cups here. Whatever you can do to feel good, to feel joyful, really indulge, my pile number 2. I sense that for a lot of you, you've been going through a rough time. I would not be surprised, like I said, if some of you have had family obligation, or if some of you have been sick, or if you've had to work super hard, and so you've had no chance for play, no chance for fun, no chance for self-care recently. In the month of May, things are really changing up. You're getting opportunities to do things that make you happy. You're getting opportunities to spend time on things or around people that make you joyful. And you're invited to be a bit more self-centered, my pile number 2. Okay, not selfish, self-centered, okay? So this is a month where, again, spend a bit more time in the bath, take a day off and just indulge to read your favorite book or watch your favorite TV show and put your phone on plane mode and just do something for you, okay? Take yourself out on a date, treat yourself to a shopping day, whatever you guys want to do to think a bit more about you, making you happy, doing something that makes you joyful, taking yourself out on a walk and treating yourself to your favorite coffee for you, okay? Not for anyone else, but for you. This is really the month where you're invited to do that. If I had to give word for the month of May for my pile number 2, it really would be rejuvenated. You guys are living a sense of stale energy and you're feeling more rejuvenated, and I love that so much for you guys. What a beautiful reading. I'm so excited for your month of May. What gorgeous energies. Let's see for my pile number 2 what your spirit animal is for the month. What is your animal guide? Let's have a look. We have the eagle and it is linked to strength, okay? So pay attention to where is the eagle energy. Symbolism, all of that is coming up in your life. Maybe some of you will see real eagles. Maybe some of you will see eagle symbolism in your dreams, in the books you read or the shows you're watching. Pay attention to the way the eagle is coming into your life. My pile number 2 this month, as this is a little synchronicity from the universe and a little hello from your guides, okay? And last up, we have a self-care message for you guys. So let's see, your self-care message is stretch. Stretch those part of you that you don't use often. It's refreshing and keeps you flexible. Again, an invitation to reach out, right? Like this little kid on the swing, reach out, leaving the cave, stretching out, reaching for the stars, leaving your comfort zone, reaching for the sky and the stars, my pile number 2. That is your main goal for the month. I love that so much. What a beautiful reading for you guys. I am so excited for your month's beautiful energies. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it brought you something of value. If it did, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. I want to thank you so much for being here. And until my next video, I'm sending you so much good vibes and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye! Okay, my pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So as I mentioned in the intro, today we are going to look at the month of May for you guys. As you can see, the cards are already pre-pulled. As my hands are still really painful, I can't really shuffle my decks properly, but I've not looked at the cards yet. We're going to discover them together. And to start the reading, we are going to be looking at the energies of the month through your oracle cards. So let's see, what are the vibes, what are the energies of the month of May for my pile number 3. Let's start. We have resilience, beautiful. Okay. And we have guidance, gorgeous. Okay. Before I tell you what I'm picking up on, we're going to check the third card. This one is going to represent a god, goddess, spirit, guardian accompanying you for the month of May. So guardian energy for you guys. And let's see who's showing up for you guys. Wow, we have Lilith. Face your shadows. Okay, I'm understanding a lot more where we're going now. With Lilith's resilience and guidance, this is gonna be a powerful month for my pile number 3, specifically around healing something that has been bothering you for a while. This is a powerful healing month for my pile number 3, okay? So this would be a month where some of you guys are leaving a situation or a relationship behind, I'm hearing, that has been draining your energy, and finally in the month of May you're deciding to leave that behind. So let's say you've been in a very difficult relationship, a friendship, a romantic relationship, and it's been draining you. There's been non-stop drama, there's been something every single day where it's just draining your energy. You feel it's toxic, you feel it's no longer aligning with you, it's just hurting you non-stop. This is the month where my pile number 3 could feel called to walk away. If it's a toxic work environment, you could be giving your notice. If I really see in my mind's eye someone walking away from something or someone that's been hurting them, and in the month of May they decide, you know what, no more, I deserve better, I deserve someone or a situation that is more respectful, that is more aligned with me, that is no longer gonna hurt me. I will no longer stand for this. I'm walking away. I deserve more, I deserve better. So you guys are reclaiming something. For some of you, you're walking away from something by choice because you know you deserve better. So that's for like a part of my pile number 3. Another part of my pile number 3 is gonna walk away from a habit or a trait of personality or a perspective, a way to look at life. And you're deciding to leave that mindset behind, to heal a perspective, to heal a habit, to heal a mindset, and to, through facing your shadow, realizing you will no longer let that inner demon affect you. So for my pile number 3, it's a really powerful month where for some of you, you're walking away from something or someone or a situation that has been hurting you, and you decide, you know what, no more. And for some of you, you're actually walking away from an identity or a fear or an inner demon that has been on your shoulder, chipping away at your sense of worth for too long. And in the month of May, you're deciding to look at that inner demon in the eye and to say, no more. You will no longer hurt me. I don't need you anymore. I'm not going to listen to your little voice anymore telling me I can't do this, telling me I'm not good enough, telling me I'm not going to succeed. I'm going to look at you in the eyes and I'm going to say, thank you, but no thank you. Okay, so my pile number 3, it's a big month. In this month, it's a big month in your year, okay? It's a big month in terms of healing something, in terms of facing some inner demons and like inviting your inner demons for tea, hearing what they have to say, but deciding to no longer let those inner demons control you. It's a month of reclaiming your power, okay? And that takes resilience, but you're guided. There's potential on the other side of this storm to see the light. So I want you to know that whatever it is you are endeavoring to do, whatever it is you're walking away from, whether it's a habit, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a perspective, a mindset, on the other side of that, there is light. Okay, so that's very beautiful, very encouraging, but it takes strength to face your shadow, which is why a lot of people don't do it. A lot of people would rather stay somewhere where they're hurting rather than being brave enough to leave because they don't have that resilience that you guys have. I see my pile number 3 being brave this month to finally making choices for their own good, even if those choices are painful at first. You are being brave enough to make those choices, to see what's on the other side, because you know you deserve better. You know you deserve to be happy. You know you deserve to be loved. You know you are worthy of success. And so this is the month where you're reclaiming that power, okay? You're making choices that are good for you, even if those choices are difficult at first. I'm going to give a very day-to-day example, but I would not be surprised, for example, if in the month of May, some of you are deciding to quit smoking, for example, something that's hard to do, but you know on the other side of that, you are choosing feeling healthier. It's a very minor example, but obviously it could be some of you, like I said, walking away from a toxic relationship, some of you deciding to have a chat with one of your family members because you've been hurting and you want to put things down and you want to explain that they no longer can treat you this way. For some of you, it's walking away from a work environment where you're realizing I'm not happy here, I need to do something else with my life, with my day-to-day time, I don't want to work here anymore. For some of you, like I said, it could be a change of mindset where you are deciding to face a certain fear and heal a certain wound, and you're like, I will no longer let this wound or this fear control my life. I'm gonna face my shadow and I'm gonna walk onward and see what's on the other side of that. But powerful months, okay? For my pile number 3, very different vibes from my other 2 piles. Huge potential for reclaiming your power and for healing something huge, my pile number 3. It's a month of transformation. We have the snake. You guys are shedding your skin, okay? In the month of May, metaphorically, you're shedding your skin, which I can imagine. I mean, I'm not a snake. I've never shed a skin, but I can imagine it's not super comfortable, right? Can you imagine using your entire skin? I bet it's not the most comfortable experience, and yet on the other side of that, there's transformation and there's a renewed sense of power. This is a metaphor for my pile number 3. In the month of May, you're shedding your skin, potentially uncomfortable, but on the other side of that, more power, resilience, guidance, light, and transformation. Continue. We're going to have a look at the potential challenge for the month of May. I mean, I think we have a good idea, but let's see. What is the potential challenge for you guys for the month? We have 8 of Cups. Well, there you go. I told you. And we have the Star. Yeah, I told you. You're walking away from something or someone. This is the month where you are realizing there's something in your life or someone in your life that is no longer worthy of your presence, of your love, of your care, and you're realizing you deserve better. I told you, some of you who you're walking away from a friendship or a romantic partner that has been draining you, that's toxic, and you're like, you know what? It's time we part our ways because I deserve better. For some of you, like I said, it's a work environment. For some of you, I was telling you, it's a habit, it's a pattern, it's a story you tell yourself. you are deciding to choose differently. My pile number 3 in the month of May, and that is a challenge. A challenge is going to be to leave what you know behind and to reach for something new, and that can be scary, obviously, and it can be painful and it can hurt, because even when we leave something, even when we know it's not good for us, I'm going to go back to the smoking example, right? Because that's a thing that a lot of people know. Quitting smoking is not easy, otherwise everyone would be doing it, right? So obviously there's this idea of when you quit something, when you leave something behind, there can be difficulty there can be challenge there can be pain there, and yet on the other side of that, there's potential for healing. So this is truly the months where you are deciding to choose better for yourself, my pile number 3, but that requires courage, and that requires to walk through the fire, and that's not simple, that's not easy, but again, you have resilience, you have guidance, you have Lilith. On the other side of that, there is so much power for you to reclaim. There's a sense of transformation. You are shedding your skin. So I really see you being able to walk through that fire and come out on the other side of it completely transformed. But I'm not going to sit there and tell you it's going to be easy, because it's not, okay? I'm not going to bullshit you. Again, I'm going back to the example of quitting smoking. If it was so easy to quit, I'm sure a lot more people would do it. And again, that's just a small example, but you guys understand what I'm meaning. So might be difficult, but on the other side of that, there's definitely a sense of healing, a sense of more joy, a sense of reclaiming your light. Some of you are realizing you've given away your power a little bit to someone or a situation or a habit, and you're deciding to reclaim that in this month and to reclaim that light. And that's a powerful transformative alchemy of you reclaiming that light. I love that so much. Honestly, a very powerful month for my pile number 3. Okay, what is the potential blessing of this month? On the other side of that transformation, on the other side of you shedding that skin, leaving something, someone, or a habit, or a story you tell yourself, or a version of yourself behind. What is on the other side of that? We have, look, yeah, I knew this would be here. The devil, I was like, yeah, the devil is here, because as a blessing, though, as a blessing, we have the devil and the Queen of Coins. Again, powerful months. When the devil comes as a blessing, it represents you reclaiming your power, you being able to look at your inner demon in the eye, to invite your inner demons for tea, and to no longer being afraid of them, of you facing your shadow and realizing, you know what, this is no longer gonna control my life. This story, this wound, this hurt is no longer gonna control me. I deserve better. I am worth happiness. I'm worth love. I'm worth respect. And so the blessing comes in you reclaiming your power, my pile number 3. Truly, with the devil as a blessing, you're reclaiming your power. And with the Queen of Coins, that brings a sense of stability, of groundedness, of abundance. There's also a sense here of being more comfortable in your body, even. If some of you have been struggling with body image, anything like that, in the month of May, there's a sense of feeling more at peace within oneself, in your skin, feeling better in your own skin, rejoicing for the skin you're wearing. Some of you are like even falling in love again with how you look, with your body, with how you present yourself into the world. That could be also the work you guys are doing. Let's say some of you were in a very toxic relationship where that other person has made you feel less than, they made you feel like you were not beautiful, not worthy of love. In the month of May, you guys are doing the work of giving that love to yourself, of reclaiming that love, and of nurturing yourself, nurturing your body, nurturing your image, so that you can fall in love again with your skin, with your body, with how you look, and where you are able to fall in love with yourself again and realize that you don't need that external voice telling you you're not good enough, you're not beautiful, or anything like that, because you know deep down that you are. You are good enough, you are beautiful, you are worthy of love. So it's a big month of, again, reclaiming your power, reclaiming a sense of worthiness, reclaiming a sense of love. Again, because this is a general reading, I see there's going to be very different situations here, but the overarching theme for my pile number 3 is this snake shedding a skin. And on the other side of that, there's more abundance, there's a sense, a feeling of being more powerful, a feeling of being more in tune and aligned and grounded in oneself, of feeling more secure in oneself and in one's life. And that is so beautiful, okay? Such a deep, powerful month for my pile number 3. Truly, May is a pivot for you guys, okay? Incredible. Okay, what are you invited to focus on? My pile number 3. Throughout this month of transformation, what are you invited to focus on? Let's see. You have the 10 of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, exactly. This is the end of the struggle, okay? This is the end of the struggle. Potentially some of you have been feeling like you've been in that tunnel and you've not seen the light and you are wondering when the heck are things gonna get better. The month of May, you're walking through that fire and you're coming out of it a phoenix. Okay, look at this. This is truly, you're discovering you had wings all along. Like this person is falling, thinking she's falling on those swords. But I don't know if you can see, she's got wings. Okay, and so you're gonna realize, my pile number 3, that you could fly all along. You don't have to fall on the swords, because guess what? You've got wings too, and you can fly away, and you can choose differently, and you can reclaim your power, you can come out on the other end of that struggle, feeling fierce, feeling badass, feeling in like this Queen of Wands right there, powerful, fiery, strong, confident. What a beautiful reading for you guys. I'm kind of feeling a little bit emotional, to be honest, because I sense that there's been struggle here. I sense that you guys have been hurting. I sense that you've been going through hell, and that you've been like really wondering when things would change. And I really can tell you, month of May, things are looking so different for you guys, and you're gonna realize you can fly and you're gonna soar. I really see that for you guys. Beautiful. Let's wrap things up, you guys, with looking at your spirit animal, your animal guide for the month. What is your animal guide for the month? Look, you have the ladybug, which is linked to luck. So despite the fact that this might feel like a heavy month, this is actually a lucky month, because at the end of the month of May, you're gonna come out of it feeling so much stronger, so much more confident, so much more in love with yourself, and transform truly in a way that makes you feel excited about the rest of the year, and in a way where you're gonna be so much more aligned with yourself and feeling so proud and confident in your ability to take on anything. So remember, this is actually luck. You've got luck on your side. A lot of people would not be able to face their shadows the way that you are doing right now, and yet that shows your strength of character and your resilience, so you should be proud of yourself for that. And pay attention to ladybugs this month, okay? The way ladybugs are showing up in your life, whether it's in real life you're seeing one, or social media you're seeing a little video of a ladybug, whatever. Pay attention to the way the ladybug is showing up in your life. It is coming here to remind you of this reading, and it will be a little message from your guides. Okay, let's wrap it up with a self-care message for my pile number 3 for the month of May. We have reflect. Looking inward without judgment can lead you to truth. I mean, come on. If this is not the summary of you facing your inner demons this month and deciding to no longer let them rule your life, and deciding to, look at everything without judgment, and to love yourself, look at yourself with love, right? With this little heart. This is exactly the summary of everything we've talked about for you guys. Looking inward without judgment can lead you to truth. Beautiful. That is your self-care message for you guys. What a powerful month. I really love doing this reading for you guys. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought you something of value. If it did, don't hesitate to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Those are all free ways to support my work. I want to thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you so much for all your kindness and support while I'm slowly but surely getting back on my feet. And until my next video, I'm sending you so much good vibes, and keep navigating the waves of your soul. Bye!